You're watching the Ship on Day 1 Field Guide. I'm Hans. Let's get ship done. You're probably watching this video because you're interested in how to measure a continuous integration system. By this time, you've probably already set up continuous integration on some or many of your projects, but you haven't figured out whether that continuous integration system is helping or even hurting your development team. As software engineers, you and I know that it's important to be able to measure the systems that we introduce in order to make sure that they're working and to be able to make data-driven optimizations on them. During this video, we'll talk about 3 concrete things that you can measure about your continuous integration system. And these will help you better optimize your continuous integration system for your team. Measurement number 1. Look at the percent of projects that have the continuous integration system set up on them. This should trend upwards and optimally hit 100%. Thing number 2. Look at the percentage of pull requests that pass integration when you actually open the pull request. This should also trend upwards. It's important that when you open pull requests that they can be merged in to master, which means that they should be able to pass the continuous integration system. This will trend up because your team is going to get used to using the continuous integration system and better learn about the things that might cause it to fail. Finally, measurement number 3. Look at the time that it takes to run your continuous integration. This should be low and remain relatively constant. If it becomes too high, then your teammates might turn off continuous integration temporarily in order to get some builds through. However, you might forget to turn it back on, and that could actually remove the benefit of continuous integration. Additionally, make sure that the time to run integration is kept low and that builds aren't stacking up behind each other. Sometimes this can happen if you have a bottleneck in your continuous integration system. These are just 3 ways that you can measure your continuous integration system. And there are many more. You'll probably think of some other ones that are better suited for your team. Set a goal for yourself. By the end of this sprint, try and get a couple of measurements set up for your continuous integration system so that you can measure and make sure it's working for your team. In another video, we'll talk about how to optimize your continuous integration system. You can find that video and so many more development resources at shiponday1.com. I'll see you there. Thanks.